All right, welcome to episode 2 of the Daily Confidence Show. I'm your host Bishal Sarkar. I'm your practical public speaking mentor. I'm also author of the book I Love Public Speaking and also author of the book Public Speaking Moment. And this show, the Daily Confidence Show, is for you if you are a professional or a business owner or an entrepreneur, or probably you're an IT professional or a project manager, and you are looking to grow your confidence. You want to master your presentations, because you know when you master a presentations, when you become a rock star presenter, what happens for you is that you get more recognition, and you're looking for some tools, some techniques, some practical ideas that you can implement in order to become more confident as a speaker. And today, we are talking about first impression. First impression. Now, it's very important for you to make a great first impression, because they say that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. That's right. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. You know what that means? What that means to you and what that means to me. What it means to us is that we get only one chance to actually create that powerful image about us in other people's mind. I mean, think about it. Think about one moment in your life where you did not meet somebody with a great first impression. I mean, maybe you met somebody, maybe that person was knowledgeable, maybe that person was intelligent, but somehow you did not feel very good about that person. Maybe that person was not confident, or maybe that person didn't have that charisma. You were not attracted to that communication style of the person. Maybe you can remember a time like that. Well, today we're going to talk about why that happens and how you can overcome some of the common challenges and common mistakes most people make in first impressions, so that you can create an amazing first impression. In fact, one of the examples I often give people is my friend Akash Agarwal. He is a person with amazing first impression. I remember the first time I once met him during a speech. Before the speech, I met him, and immediately, the moment I met him, I remember he had a smile on his face. And I remember he was wearing this white shirt and this jeans. And he always wears jeans, by the way. And I remember talking to him. And I remember I felt a level of connection. I mean, I was meeting him for the first time, but it felt like I knew him before. And that's what connection is all about. That's what first impression is all about. When you can create that deep level and original first impression, though people don't know you, when they meet you for the first time, they will feel, looks, I think I know Bishal. I think I already know you. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. In fact, one of the things I often ask Akash to do at our program Rock the Stage, because he's my business associate, he often tells us some techniques and ideas about how exactly we can create better first impressions. And I have the opportunity to be with people like this all day long, especially Akash. And when I come back from the first break, I'm going to actually give you some of the ideas. I'm going to give you 3 specific practical tips that you can use right now in order to create amazing first impressions. So see you after the break.
Hey guys, it's Akash Agarwal here, and we are here today in Nandi Hills. It's a beautiful atmosphere, bright morning with a lot of fog, and that's what it is. We came here expecting it to be sunny, and now it is almost 7 o'clock. The sun has risen, but we can't see it. We can't see it. The sun is hiding behind the clouds. It is foggy, but would that let us feel that, we didn't enjoy the sunrise, we came for the sunrise? No, live in the moment. Doesn't matter, even if it is right now sunny or not sunny, whether it's foggy, just live in the moment. Feel the moment. We're enjoying it. It's cold, it's breezy, it's raining a bit. It's beautiful. So live it all the time. See you.
All right, welcome back. I'm your host Bishal Sarkar. I'm your public speaking mentor. And just we spoke about the importance of first impression. And we also spoke about my friend and my very good, amazing. I actually see Akash as an elder brother of mine, I'll be honest, because he's so amazing and he's such an example for me in my life. I really respect him. And Akash, by the way, if you're listening, buddy, man, you are awesome. right now, the question becomes, okay, how can I improve my first impression? I mean, when I meet people, Bishal, what can I do? I mean, that's one of the questions we get often from people when they first come to Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula Experience. By the way, that course is damn expensive. That's right. Rock the Stage program is damn expensive. For most people, I mean, look, you know it, but I just need to tell you, my programs are not for everybody. The programs that we provide are not at all cheap in terms of quality and investment. It's very, very expensive. And one of the questions we often get from sincere and serious people who come to master the art of public speaking and become a dynamic and powerful speaker, one of the questions they ask us is, okay, wait, Vishal, how do I improve my first impression? Looks like I know a little bit. I know that I should just, look them, or I should, but what can I do? Step by step. Well, there is an entire formula, we call it the first impression freedom formula, that we teach everybody at Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula Experience. Definitely for the size of this audio and the time length. Did I say size of the audio? For the time length, I can't go very much in depth, but I'm actually going to give you 3 tips right now that you can use immediately today. That's right, not tomorrow. You don't have to practice them a lot in order to make them your own version. You can start using it today in next 10 minutes in order to make a great first impression. So here we go. Point number 1. Tip number 1. Have a smile on your face when you meet somebody or when you come to somebody face to face. That's right. Have a smile on your face. Now, here's the thing. Most people know it. Very few people do it. See, most people know it's not good to smoke, but they do it anyway. Most people know it's not a good habit to drink every single weekend, but most people do it. Most people know that they should smile more often, but they don't do it. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is just potential power. Applied knowledge is real power. When you apply what you already know and when you apply the new techniques, that's when you become a master. So when you meet somebody for the first time today, in fact, maybe you are listening on your computer or smartphone or maybe on your iPod, wherever you're listening, right now, just look around. Whoever is the nearest person, whoever comes near you next, smile at them. That's right. Smile at them and look them in the eye. Don't have this fake air hostess smile. Yeah, nice to see you. No, not that. Be original. Be you. Look at the next person. Look them in the eye and smile. That's one of the biggest things you can do in order to make a great first impression. And here is another idea about the same thing. Under the tip number 1, it's not just important for you to smile only when you meet somebody face to face. You can actually do that when you are on a phone call. That's right. When you are on a phone call, have a smile when you talk to somebody. All right. When you're having a pleasant conversation, or maybe you're speaking to a client, or maybe you're calling your manager, have a smile. And I'll tell you why. When you smile, people can hear that smile in your voice. In your voice. And I'll give an example. Let's say I'm calling you and let's say somebody calls, let's say I call Akash, okay? And I'll do it 2 versions, version 1 and version 2, and you tell me which one sounds better. Hey Akash, hey, this is Bishal here. I just wanted to have a quick word with you about our next program. That's version 1. Now version 2. Hey Akash, hey, this is Bishal. I just wanted to have a quick word with you about our next program. Is it a good time to talk to you right now? Which one do you think had smile? The second one. See, you don't even know, you can't even see me, but you can now feel me. And that's what smiling is all about. It builds connection, it makes a great first impression. Point number 2, start asking you-focused questions. That's right, you-focused questions. Why oh you? See, most people, when they meet somebody for the first time, they do things like, I am this, I like this, or my job is this, my career is this, I work here, I stay here. No, not I. From now, start asking you question. For example, hey, what do you do? Okay, and where do you stay? More you-focused questions, because when you ask you-focused questions, people listen to you even more. They start liking you. They don't even know why they like you, but they like you. And that's what you do in order to create an amazing first impression. So point number 1, smile. Point number 2, ask you-focused questions. And point number 3 is create amazing, powerful handshake. Now, when I say handshake, I really can't show much of it right now. But most people have a misconception about handshake. They think, oh, when I meet somebody, I have to give a strong handshake all the time. No, it's not about strong handshake. It's about having firm handshake. Again, handshake is a big part of what we teach you in the communication series of Rock the Stage. But I'll just tell you this, it's not about just having a very strong handshake. Because think about it. Imagine you don't give a very strong handshake. Imagine somebody comes to you, shakes your hand in a very strong way. Like he shakes you, boom, hello. I mean, yeah, you know that person is confident, but at the same time, you feel intimidated by that person at that time. And that other person is not creating a very positive first impression about you. That other person is actually a negative image in your mind after he leaves because of that. So, again, if you want some tips on handshake, make sure you talk to one of our team members to see if you get selected for Rock the Stage, and maybe we can share some tips with you. And maybe I'm going to do an entire show someday soon about handshake and what I've learned by studying some of the best politicians in the world. I mean, if you study Obama or Bill Clinton or Narendra Modi or you like them or you don't like them, doesn't matter, but they're using some specific step-by-step strategies that they learn from some of the public speaking experts like us, and they use it in their lives and they get amazing results. So these are the 3 tips for you. Number 1, smile. Number 2, ask you-focused questions. And number 3, do handshakes in the right way. These are the 3 tips for you. In the next segment, I'm actually going to come back and tell you a little story about how I have lost most opportunities in my college and why I did not actually become friends with most girls in the college, and the mistakes I do and the mistakes I regret I did, and how you can overcome those mistakes, not in your college days, but how you can avoid some of the mistakes in your professional life to actually connect with more people. So stay tuned and listen to this. All right, welcome back. You're listening to the Daily Confidence Show. I'm your host, Bishal Sarkar. I'm known as Mr. Practical by many, and I'm your practical public speaking mentor. Now, I remember this gentleman. His name is Ismail. And Ismail is a person who got in touch with us about a few months ago, actually, two and a half months ago. Yeah. And I remember for the first time when I spoke to him, he was not so confident. And I remember he had sincerity in his voice. I mean, Ismail was amazing. He's a great person. I could feel his heart while I was on the phone call with him. But I also understood that he has some sincere challenges with his communication and presentation skills. And I remember when he convinced us to mentor him, I remember when my entire team and I met Ismail at Rock the Stage, we showed him a step-by-step process to become a confident speaker. In fact, I gave him one of the tips using which he actually overcome many of his crutch words. Crutch words, by the way, crutch words, for your benefit, is crutch words are words that people use which have no meaning. For example, you know, or people say sometimes things like basically. My question basically is, I mean, they ask so many basically questions that it's no more basic. And what I want to say is, what I want to do is, okay, these are called crutch words. And I remember Ismail had a crutch word. And when I gave him a specific feedback, because I'm all about feedback. See, the reason Rock the Stage is the #1 most successful public speaking course India has ever seen is because of the practical feedback that we provide for them for their transformation. We don't teach you 19 different skills of listening. We don't teach you 23 different theoretical ideas about speaking. No, we teach you results, People come to us because they want to see results. And that's exactly what I did for Ismail. When I showed him the practical formula for overcoming his crutch words, he did that. And by applying the formula, not only Ismail became a confident speaker, but I still remember on the day 4, his presentation was so much improved. I'm so proud of Ismail. And by the way, Ismail, if you're listening to the show today, salute to you. Say hi to your family members. Also say hi to your daughter, who actually told you to practice even more. So amazing thing, you are amazing. And one of the things Ismail did is he started to smile a little bit more. And I showed him an entire 6-step formula of body language mastery, which I teach again at Rock the Stage. Using it, Ismail improved so much. So here's an idea for you. I want you to pay close attention to your first impression today. I want you to pay close attention to your body language today. Because remember that people will make a judgment about you by seeing you in the first 7 to 15 seconds. So when you go to the stage, you have a very short time to make a great first impression. When you meet somebody for the first time, you have very small time to make a first impression. Don't waste it, but use it. In fact, here's my story. I remember when I was in college, my first impression was not that strong, correct? Because if you know my story, you know that I came from a Bengali medium school. I mean, before going to college, before getting admission and getting selected for this management college I was studying in, I have always studied in a Bengali medium government school until I was 18. And I remember for a long period of time, I was so underconfident. Nobody ever taught me the formula of speaking. Nobody ever taught me the formula of presentation. Nobody ever taught me how to be a confident speaker. So for a long time, for 18 years, 19 years, 28 years, 21, so many years, I was really struggling with my confidence because I came from a Bengali medium school, so I couldn't speak English. It was a government school, so nobody actually gave a lot of attention to me and my skill set. And I remember when I went to college for the first time, everybody was so cool, cool guys. They came in cars. I mean, most of them were speaking dynamic English, and most of them had their big smartphone, and I was having this small Nokia 1100 phone and playing snakes on the phone. And these guys were, using words like dude or bro, buddy, cool, chill out, chillax. And I felt so excluded. I felt as if I was not a part of the group. And I remember, because I was afraid to match up with them, I never matched up with them. For the entire college course, I was the 12th person in the group. Meaning, I was not a part of the group. Everybody used to have lunch together. I used to be outside. I remember everybody used to have fun. I used to be outside. Everybody used to be there, but I felt so excluded. And there are some specific reasons for that. Maybe I'm going to talk about it in a next show. But because I could not create a great first impression, I lost completely 3 years and I didn't have much friends. Now, I'm not saying that I miss it. Neither do I say that I regret it much. But hey, when you have amazing girls in the college, you must make a great first impression. When those 3 little amazing females join in your company, you must be confident. No. But yeah, you should. Come on, man. All right, now, here's what I say. Look, in your life, a lot of more opportunities will come. Maybe tomorrow, you will join a new company, or maybe day after tomorrow you will start your own business, or maybe someday you'll get to actually speak like me. You'll get to speak around the world and give your message and meet new people. Everything is possible. Here's what I say. Whatever you do, your first impression is your last impression, because that lasts in the mind of your audience members. It lasts in the mind of your customers. It lasts in the mind of your colleagues for a long time. And when you master your first impression, everything transforms for you. That's my message. And in the final segment, after coming back, I'm actually going to tell you a little story about how we served some old age home. Amazing story. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Milind, and when I came here, I wouldn't have the guts to actually have talk or have a conversation with the camera or anybody else because I was low on confidence, low on everything. And today I am feeling much better and confident thanks to Bishal and his course because it's practical. It gave me the chance to be on stage and make the stage my place. So thank you very much, and it was wonderful being here.
Alright, welcome back. This is the final segment of episode 2 of the Daily Confidence Show. I'm your host Bishal Sarkar, your practical public speaking mentor, and I'm also author of the book I Love Public Speaking, and I'm the public speaking expert that India loves. Now listen, I remember a few years ago, I took my buddy Avijit with me, and we went to this old age home. And I remember it was raining that day. You could hear the rain completely. And you could see the smile on the faces of the children there who came to visit some of the old people. I remember being there and having 2 big packets of a butterscotch cake and a chocolate cake in our hands. It was a big packet. And I remember we had about 65 people in that old age home that day. And I remember Avijit and I cutting the cakes because it was actually a birthday of another friend of mine who was not there present at that moment. And I remember cutting the cakes and going to each small appointed rooms of these old people who have been left by their children. Going there, knocking on their door. कौन मैं केक देना है आपसे मिलना है. And I remember knocking on doors after knocking on doors. Each person, we met them, we hugged them, we shook their hands, we fed them cakes. And it was such a special day. It's been such a special day in my life because that day I got to see a new version of me. That day I got to see so many people who had so much pain in their eyes. That day I got to see so many people who started crying to Avijit and I when they met us. And I remember this particular couple, the husband and the wife, and I remember the husband telling us that, hey, I used to work for this company, I used to work for this factory, and you two guys are so young, and at the age of 46, I had an accident in the factory, and I have paralysis in my hands and my legs, and I don't move anymore. And I remember when Avijit and I heard the story from that man, we were silent, didn't know what to say, and the man started crying badly. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I patted on his shoulder, I hugged him, and that day I realized something. After meeting these 65 people, by knocking on their doors, feeding them cakes, I understood that confidence is not about just letting other people know about you. Confidence is about taking care of other people. That's right. Confidence is about taking care of other people. And when you become confident in your life, you get to serve so many other people. That's one of the things I love about my business, my life, that I get to serve so many people through the Daily Confidence Show, through all my YouTube videos, all my books, especially my courses, my Confidence University. And after all of that business stuff, when I get to serve people by providing food, providing shelter, anything, that's amazing. And that's what you can do. So I want to leave you with that inspiration that after creating your first impression, who are going to be the first 5 people that you will help this month? Who are going to be those 5 people that will be blessed because you have come into their lives? Who are going to be the first 5 people who will actually be amazed by the way you think and by the way you behave with them? See, that's what communication is all about. That's what connection is all about. That's what confidence is all about. And when you do that, you become a transformational leader in your field, and your daily confidence goes up, up, and up. When you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also, hey, tell other people about it. Tell a few people about, hey, Bishal Sarkar, the person that I listen to, is doing the Daily Confidence Show, and you must listen. Share on your Facebook, share on your LinkedIn page, share on your Twitter handle, and maybe email a few people and tell them about the Daily Confidence Show. And here is why. Look, it's not about me. The Daily Confidence Show is not about Bishal Sarkar. It's about you. It's your show. This is your home where you come back to get some confidence when you feel down or when you need some practical tips. This is exactly where you come back in order to actually improve yourself. So when we have a bigger audience, it's like a small mastermind that we are creating, like a group. When people come together, we comment, we help each other, and maybe in near future, I'll take some of your questions and answer via the Daily Confidence Show. So tell other people about it and come tomorrow again for the Daily Confidence Show. Again, to remind you, the Daily Confidence Show comes every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 days a week. And then I'm going to give you much more tips. So have a great time. Again, like this video, subscribe to my channel, tell other people about it, and come back and listen to the Daily Confidence Show. I'm Bishal Sarkar, always reminding you that public speaking is not about perfection. It's all about connection.